Hello, my name's Haley, and this is going to be my persuasive speech. Here to listen to my speech is my son Dakota, my brother Mateo, and my fiance Sam is behind the camera. I want you to do an exercise with me. I want you to stare at me without blinking for 20 seconds. I'll count. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. You can blink. This was not a creative way to rack up the length of my speech or a way to make everyone reach into their bag for some eye drops. 20 seconds seemed like a very long time, didn't it? And I would be impressed if you all made it. Those 20 seconds is how long it took my son to blink while he was watching TV. I conducted an experiment in my living room and had my son watch television for 1 minute. During that minute, he blinked a total of 7 times. According to aapos.org, the average child blinks 14 to 17 times per minute. This means that when my son was looking at the screen, he blinks half the amount that he would normally. I then had him have a short conversation with his uncle. During the minute-long conversation, he blinked a total of 16 times. Eye strain is not the only thing affected by excessive use of technology in children. ActiveHealth.sg states a long list of the consequences of too much screen time, which includes sleep deprivation, increased risk of obesity, loss of cognitive ability, impaired social skills, weakened emotional judgment, and delayed learning. All of these I have seen in my own house. What is something that you really enjoy? I want you to think about that for 1 minute. It could be sports, movies, crafting, gardening, driving, whatever it is. I want you to imagine doing it, but all of the time. It consumes your every move. It's all you think about, all you want to do, all you care about. No matter what gets in your way, you're going to do it. That's an addiction. Addiction. That's a scary word, isn't it? And to think it's children we're talking about. Even children have addictions. Unfortunately, it is up to the parents to stop them before they get too bad and causes lasting effects. In July of this last year, we were blessed with an opportunity to take in my 10-year-old nephew, who I now call my son. He is very smart, kind, determined, and a very driven young man. Regrettably, he has a bit of a problem. He is severely addicted to screens. This issue caused him to struggle with following directions, sleeping enough, and to care about anything except a screen. In order to break the cycle and help him get back on track, we had to remove all of the video games from his life. He is allowed to play video games if someone is playing with him, and he is allowed to watch television in very small amounts. Now that he's been with us for a little while, over 6 months, I think it's safe to say that he has made an adequate amount of progress. When he arrived, he would get up at all hours of the night to watch television, which caused him to not get the proper amount of sleep that he needed. According to aboutkidshealth.ca, children suffer from the following if they do not get enough sleep at night: irritability, stress, forgetfulness, low motivation, and difficulty learning. Being fatigued, complaining about feeling tired, falling asleep in class, difficulty learning new information, and increased impulsivity. That's a lot. These things all have impacted my son. He came from a home where all he did was stare at screens, and this affected a lot of things with him that could cause long-term damage, and he has to be addressed correctly. He was 3 grades behind where he was supposed to be in reading. He has an impulse control problem. He's sneaking around to see screens, and he's very forgetful. Fortunately, us removing these temptations has helped him in an increasingly large amount and has helped him excel in many things. Getting away from screens opened doors for children to find pastimes and hobbies that they really enjoy and are often really good at. In August, my son started to do BMX with a local group that we found. He has a passion for the sport. In just his first season, he brought home a trophy for first place. And he was the proudest he had ever been. It was the first time that he ever won anything. The amount of pride my son had that day made such a difference to him that he has decided that he wanted to continue. This is the same child that came to us saying the reason he liked being in trouble was because it meant he didn't get to go outside. It reads that extracurricular activities aid in the development of self-esteem and confidence, as well as social skills and communication. These are all skills that can be affected by overuse of screens. Technology, although can be extremely helpful, it can also cause both children and adults to be very dependent, which comes to the information. When we were in school, we got told that we would not always have a calculator at our fingertips. Boy, was that a lie. I have gone into a store and witnessed a cashier use his phone to figure out the change for a $20 bill. I feel how dependent the world is over those devices will cause a huge problem if they are ever obsolete. Imagine finding yourself lost in the woods with a phone that got broken or is just dead without a charger. Would you make it? Would you know how to find your way out or even know what to eat and not eat? There is no warning popping up saying those are dangerous like in the games. No tips and tricks to tell you not to do it. Just you and your mind to survive. No loading screens. Nothing. Do you think you could do it? I did a second experiment and asked people of different age groups 2 basic questions. The first was, who was the president when you were born? And the second, can you name the 5 basic animal groups? The subjects were instructed to not look up the answers. Only 5 out of 10 could answer these questions, all of which were aged 24 and up. Children are currently in a world where technology is the new book. They count on a cell phone to answer all of life's questions and second guess everything that they think they already know. Technology has taken away the idea of quality time and being able to bond with one another. Another factor that comes into play is how TV and video games are considered as violent. Again and again, I see children playing in a way that would be considered violent towards one another, and this becomes an issue in schools as well. Which brings me to my last point. Technology has also found its way into the school system, to the point where computers are more common to see in the classroom than books. According to medlineplus.gov, children should only be in front of a screen for 1 to 2 hours a day, and according to my son, every other day he is on a computer for no less than 45 minutes in school. This does not include any screen time after school, which is common in many homes. Technology is something that is taking over the world and causing today's youth to struggle with some of the most basic things. You would not be okay with your child being addicted to cigarettes, so what makes it okay for them to be addicted to technology? One day, I hope to see a life where people will go outside more often and give the TV a break. Children get older and grow up no matter what is going on around them. Don't blink. You might miss it. Thank you for listening to my speech. Here still is my son Dakota, my brother Mateo, and my fiance Sam. Thank you.